Hello. All right, so today what we're doing is we're doing parallel and perpendicular lines. All right. Y is equal to 2x plus 5. Is everybody cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now we're finding a parallel line and a perpendicular line that actually runs through a specific point. And that point is 2, 3. So far, are we okay with this?
Yes.
So just to get this into context, what you have is you have this line at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry for the poor graphing. But here we go. Like if I was going to graph this, not that I assigned it to you, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my y-intercept. You guys okay with that? And then to graph this, what would I do next?
Up 2 over 1.
Up 2 over 1, all right? And then this would be my line. Now what I'm trying to do is go ahead and create a line that is parallel to this, and it runs through the point of over 2 up 3. So I'm trying to create a line that's parallel to this, but runs through this point, and then also one that's perpendicular that, again, runs through this point. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, so let's make this happen. Now, the way that we do this is we go ahead, and for parallel lines, what's the rule about parallel lines?
Has
You
to
can just
have
tell
the
me.
same slope.
Has to have the same slope. So our slope is what in this case?
2.
Okay.
2 over 1.
2 over 1, you can think of it that way. That's totally fine. I'm going to move this, and yeah. All right, so we want a slope of 2 over 1, or just 2. So we have y equals 2x plus b. Cool for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what do I do? Oh, why did I put b? All right, let me ask that question real quick. Why b?
Because it's a different y-intercept for it to be parallel.
That's right. If I drew this, that's not very parallel. That runs through that point. I mean, are we agreed that that's not parallel?
Yeah.
Okay, so taking a step back and taking a second step back. And here we go. So we have our new b, and I'm sorry, what do I do now?
Plug in the x and y.
Okay, so I plug in this x and this y into this equation. So now I'm going to rewrite it as 3 is equal to 2 times x plus b. We end up with 3 is equal to
4
plus b, isolate, and we get
Negative 1
negative 1 is equal to b. So our equation for the parallel line is,
y equals 2x minus 1.
we'll make that green. We'll go y is equal to 2x minus 1. Okay, so down here at negative 1 is my y-intercept, and we could be going up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Missed that point, kind of. All right, so that's our parallel line. Ugh, that's kind of ugly. All right, that's what happens when you freehand. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the perpendicular line. All right, so perpendicular line. Again, what do we know about perpendicular lines? What do they need? You answered the last one for me. Yes?
They have to have a right angle.
They do. They create right angles when the two lines intersect. Absolutely. And so what do I need for my equation?
The slope is the negative inverse.
All right, so the slope is the negative reciprocal or inverse. All right, so if my slope was 2 or 2 over 1, what's the negative reciprocal?
Negative 1.
So it's going to go to negative 1/2. That's going to be for my perpendicular line. So now we have y is equal to, help me out,
Negative 1/2 x minus 1.
x plus b. Okay, and so how do I continue this now?
Plug in x and y.
Okay, plug in x and y, so we plug in again 2 and 3. So now we have 3 is equal to negative 1/2 is 2 plus b. You good for that?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens? Yeah?
Then you would, well, you plug in and there would be negative, 3 equals a negative 1.
Right, because these two would cancel each other out, so we have 3 is equal to negative 1 plus b, and
You add 1 and it's b equals 4.
so b equals 4. So my final equation is y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 4, because we got a positive 4 is equal to b, right? Are we okay with that? And so that one would be graphed in the beautiful color of, I don't
Magenta.
know.
Magenta.
Who do you want a magenta?
Magenta.
Magenta.
Ah.
Just do it like a green.
All right. Do like a green, is what you're saying? All right.
Yeah.
So my y-intercept is 4, so it's right about here, all right? And my slope is down 1 over 2, which again hits that same point, and boom, it is perpendicular. Now, if it's perpendicular to our original line, and these two lines are parallel, what do we know about this one? It's perpendicular to this one as well. Okay?
Yeah.
That's going to come up to us in geometry class next year. Okay? Yee-haw. All right, so let's go ahead and what's the next example? We have y is equal to negative 3x.
Minus 2, and then the point it runs through is negative 2, 1.
Negative 2, 1. So I'm not going to graph it out this time. Not graphing it out this time. You guys okay with that?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. I want to make the, so what's the equation for the parallel? Y equals
Negative 3x.
plus
Yeah,
b.
plus
This is
b.
going to be my parallel line. We're okay with that?
Yeah.
So according, what am I going to plug in?
The point, so 1 equals negative 3, negative 2.
Times negative 2
Plus
plus b, which gives me 6. So 1 is equal to 6 plus b. Subtract 6. So negative 5 is equal to b. So my final equation here is,
Y equals negative 3x minus 5.
so the parallel one is y is equal to negative 3x minus 5.
Minus 5.
Okay, great. And then our perpendicular, all right? The perpendicular one is going to be y is equal to, what's my slope for this one?
Negative 3x.
Negative 1/3.
No,
Positive 1/3.
All right, so we end up with, what do we choose? Positive 1/3 x plus b. All right? So we see that we're going to end up with positive 1/3 x plus b. All right? And so we're going to go ahead and plug in for those, right?
Right.
Yeah? Yeah, you might want to start doing that. Okay, thank you. All right. So here we go. As we do that, we end up with 1 is equal to 1 times, positive 1/3 times negative 2 plus b. Right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, so we end up with 1 is equal to negative 2/3 plus b.
Add 2/3.
Add 2/3, and we end up with,
1 2/3.
okay, so if that's 1 2/3, then
1 and 2/3.
this is my super lazy way. All right,
And then you erase it.
so 1, yeah, so 1 and 2/3, all right, is my y-intercept. Okay. Oh, I can't move it, can I? Let me see if I can. Well, that's kind of
Wow.
burjankety.
Beautiful.
All right, so
What does that mean?
nothing. I hope.
Did you make
All
it
right.
right now?
I don't know if I'm
Just like
gonna
you
use
made
it.
it the idea of popcorn?
I made up the idea of popcorn.
I made up the idea of popcorn.
I invented democracy. All right, so everybody okay with this?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Okay, so that's going to be the basic idea for that. I'm going to pause this.